So hey guys, this is probably going to be the last video I filmed today, but this is called 27 Forgotten Movies That Gave Me Such a Rush of Nostalgia, I damn near passed out. So yeah, let's just get right into this video. Okay, so the first one, it says, whatever it takes, a teen movie that adapted Cyrano the same way 10 Things I Hate About You did, Taming of the Shrew, and She's All That did Pygmalion, with the twist of this one being two female love interests. It had James Franco as Christian and Shane West, remember him, as Quarano. It was probably hot garbage, but I loved it in middle school. It's on YouTube now, free with ads. So the movie's actually called Whatever It Takes, my bad. Okay, so this one is funny. This is a funny name. Number 2, The Stupids. It's about a naive family that ends up on ridiculous adventures due to countless misunderstandings. The humor is so wholesome and, of course, stupid. I've never heard of that movie, but I guess that's why it's underrated and stuff. So, yeah. Bubble Boy, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. No one outside of my family seems to have heard of this movie. You're absolutely right. I think I've heard of Whatever It Takes, though. I haven't heard of the first two, but that's funny. I love Bubble Boy. Me and my cousins will sing Bright and Shiny at my family gatherings. Go watch some of these movies, guys. You gotta watch some of them so they're popular. Wild America. It was literally one of my family's favorite movies, and no one ever seems to have any idea what I'm talking about. I mean, it had Devon Sawa, which I love Devon Sawa, by the way, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas, both of whom were heartthrobs at the time. Fun fact, you can rent/buy it digitally on Amazon. You're welcome. And if you didn't know, Devon Sawa is in the Final Destination series. Oh, I know, Gordy. Gordy, Jungle to Jungle, and Casper, A Spirited Beginning. I've heard of all of these, so we'll read what they have to say. Gordy, Disney's competition with Babe. They came out with the same year. I prefer Gordy. They're both good, honestly. I like both of them. Jungle to Jungle. It has Tim Allen and Martin Short. A stockbroker finds out he has a 13-year-old son in Venezuela. I forgot Martin Short was in it, but I do know this movie. Casper, Spirited Beginning. Most people remember Casper Meets Wendy because of Hilary Duff, but this one seems to be forgotten. I think I remember watching it like a long time ago. The next one is called The Pest, starring John Leguizamo. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm butchering names. Leguizamo. I quote this movie to this day. Love, peace, and chicken grease. That's funny. I've never heard of that one. Dead Man on Campus. Zach Morris goes to college, funny, dark, and teaches on some heavy topics late in the film. Plus, Jason Segel, Linda Cardellini, and Allison Hannigan all show up. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names. I'm not trying to. I've never heard of that one. Surf Ninjas. My husband and his brothers always talk about how much they love that movie, but no one ever remembers it. True. Oh, I love Tuck Everlasting. Tuck Everlasting. I love the book, and the movie is honestly kind of corny, but it's a pretty good adaptation of the novel. Yes, I've never actually read the book, I don't think. I could have read the book a long time ago and not remembered, but I love Tuck Everlasting. Like, I watched it like last year. So, pretty recently. Quest for Camelot. It had an absolutely stacked voice cast. Oh, Carrie Ellis from Saw. Jane Seymour, Celine Dion, Gary Oldman, and Pierce Brosnan, among others, but has been largely forgotten. I actually have this movie on VHS, so I remember it. Funnily enough, the song "The Prayer" was written for this movie and has since become an operatic pop standard, yet the link between the two has been more or less lost. Oh, the original Escape to Witch Mountain. I know this one. The 90s version, not the 1975 original, and not the 2009 Race to Witch Mountain with The Rock. Oh, I didn't know there was a 1975 or 19. Well, I do know about the 90s version, but I didn't know there was a 1975 version. I'm talking about the 1995 made-for-TV version starring Elizabeth Moss and Eric Von Ditten as twin orphans separated at birth who find each other as teens and turn out to be from an alien planet full of twins with superpowers and glowing purple lights. It's bananas. No one remembers this version, and I feel like a crazy person. Escape to Witch Mountain, the remake with Eric Von Detten, aka the hot guy Mia, had a crush on in The Princess Diaries. Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. So cool. What a small world. 12. There should be 90s classic All I Want to Do, which has two other titles, The Harry Bird and Strike, starring Kirsten Dunst, Gabby Hoffman, Rachel Lee Cook, Monica Keena, Heather Matarazzo, and many more. Oh, I love Heather Matarazzo. She's so great. It's a group of girls at a boarding school in the 60s who protest their school going co-ed because the gender bias of the time would ruin their environment. Not sure the feminism is quite as spot on as I remember it being, but it's incredibly fun. Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, 1991, and The Journey of Natty Gann, 1985. I think I've heard of Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, but not the other one. In my mind, these two movies are linked, but they're not. They both just take place in the 1930s, and both have a strong teenage/young adult female lead coming of age. One has a wolf companion, the other has a horse companion. Also, The Journey of Natty Gann started my crush on John Cusack. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. Eric the Viking was a movie I watched over and over that no one else seems to have heard of, and the plot is absolutely insanity. So I'm just gonna read that little part because I think I'm losing my voice. So I will leave this down in the description below if you want to watch it or want to read it. I mean, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, great script and great performances by Robert Downey Jr. And Val Kilmer. Each time I see it, I discover something new because it's so fast-paced. People should really see it. It holds up. That's crazy. This sounds like an interesting movie. Lost and Delirious, starring Jessica Parr and Piper Perabo. I put that in the DEBS category, movies only queer women know and love. Oh, okay. Oh, I have Polly. And I remember Dunstan Checks In. Polly and Dunstan Checks In were some of my top all-time favorites that lots of people don't seem to remember. I actually have Polly on VHS. And I remember Dunstan Checks In. There's this movie called Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland. This kid goes to sleep, wakes up in the castle, and is an honored guest. He's given a key, but told not to open one door. I think I remember hearing about this movie. It's been a long time. I've heard of Trading Mom, I think. It's a Trading Mom. It's a 1994 semi-fantasy movie where these kids wish for a new mom and go to a mommy market to pick a few to try out. Spoiler alert, they learn that they loved their own mom all along. It has Sissy Spacek, Anna Klumsky, and Andra. I can't freaking talk. I'm sorry. Andre the Giant, but no one watched it. Actually, I think I did watch it, so yeah, I did. Space Camp. No one I know has heard of it, and I can't find it anywhere. I've never heard of it either. Grosse Pointe Blank, starring John Cusack, Minnie Driver, and Dan. I can't say his last name. I'm going to butcher it. It's about a hitman who goes back to his 10-year-old high school reunion. Never heard of that one. That's crazy. There was a Hansel and Gretel movie with Howie Mandel, Dakota Fanning, Taylor Momsen, and a slew of comedians. That was such a fever dream. Huh. I'll have to find that one day. Oh, I know the Chipmunk Adventures. Yeah, this one is for the Gen X people. My sister and I seem to be the only ones who remember an animated movie called The Chipmunk Adventure, where the chipmunks and chipettes have to go around the world delivering diamonds. We still are obsessed. I think I remember that one. It's been a long time, though. Muppets Classic Theater. My Nana always found the most bizarre movies that no one else seems to remember or seem to know. I wasn't really like the biggest fan of the Muppets, so I didn't watch it, so I don't know if that about that one, but I probably heard of it. Death to Smoochie, starring Robin Williams, Edward Norton, Catherine Keener, and a host of other amazing stars. Seems like no one else heard of it. I've never heard of it, I don't think. Franklin, a visibly striking British dark fantasy starring Ryan Phillippe and Eva Green, where everything turned out to be not quite as it seemed. I've yet to meet anyone who's ever heard of it, but it is a really well-acted film with a surprisingly emotional payoff at the end. I've never heard of it. Prayer of the Roller Boys, good luck even finding it. It came out in 1990, starring Corey Haim, I don't know. Yet visually no one has seen it. It tells the story of a economic disaster U.S. and the takedown of a white supremacist gang of rollerbladers selling drugs. Okay, that was the last one. So this is like hopefully no, go back. Stay. So this is probably going to be the last video I do today. Let me know if you guys have heard of any of these movies. Honestly, I think Tuck Everlasting has actually gained a cult following for like a long time. So I don't know how it's forgotten, because I remember that movie. I watched it like 20,000 times when I was young, even though it was so sad. Well, I'll leave the link in the description. I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.